Okay then, so hello guys and welcome back to Return to Glory episode number 4. It's number 4. We are in Russia, in Sochi, which of course has been an amazing track for me. A couple of things before we get into qualifying. We have a new rival, and it is, of course, the man himself. It is Sergio Perez, which to be honest is a fair rival, to be honest. We've come ahead of him, I think, in both races, ever so slightly, or, a couple of them. So, yeah. It's a fair rival. Mana reports and updates, which means that Mana is the third fastest team now, above Force India. So I'm expecting Mana to be up there today. This racetrack is very straighty. It's got a lot of places where they can use that straight line speed that they've naturally got in that car. So let's go to the race and let's see what we can do. Not race, qualifying. Let's go to qualifying and see what we can do. So we are halfway through qualifying. And we're in 6th position. This really has not actually been a great qualifying thus far for us. We've set 2 laps on the same set of super soft tyres, so we need to make sure that we have a decent lap in the actual physical qualifying tyre that I want to use. We actually have to go better than we did. We're 6/10 off pole, and that's all coming in the first sector. It actually was quite a lot of time with Carlos Sainz getting in the way of our qualifying lap, which was really irritating. So we're going to get back out there, sell a lap, and let's see what we can do. We need some slipstream or some clean air into that last sector. That'd be beautiful if that was the case, but I don't think that happens. So let's put on the new set of super soft tyres that we've got. Let's go out there and see what we can do. Valtteri Bottas, you piece of shit. Whoa! There is an absolute litter of cars all over the track. That's our qualifying over. We can't do anything about that. Wow. So it's going to be P7 for us in the Russian Grand Prix. We can't do anything about that. So we're tired from session because we're going to have to. It's going to be something like P7 or P8, which is not where we wanted, not where the team wanted. It's going to be P8. So I don't know who picked us at the end, but we just couldn't get a clear lap in for that entire qualifying session. We are 1.7 seconds off the pace because Lewis Hamilton set an absolute blistering lap time, but we are down the field. We were a second slower than Jenson Button, so that is very disappointing. Yeah, I'm actually really disappointed with that, because I thought we were going to do so much better. Our R&D points not looking particularly great. Paris has already got a jump on us. The team are not going to be happy. So what's Emma going to say then? Where does she want us to get?
Hey, how are you? I have some information on the race goals you should keep in mind.
Thank you. So 4th place or higher, beat Sergio Perez, beat Jenson Button, and get 4th place or higher in the championship, which is what I'll be aiming to do. So let's go to the race then, and let's see if we can actually move up and get higher than what our team want. Okay then, so at the grid, and well, do you remember last season? Yes, well, no, you probably don't actually. If we edit the strategy, we can put these super soft tyres up to about here, and we lose 0.02 of a second. So we can go so much further on this set of tyres. The predicted race time is 21 minutes, I believe. So Stint 2 is that. There's probably no point in even going onto it. Why am I remove Stint? There we go. So no, I don't want to. What are you doing, Alex? Let's move that back up to there. Lovely. So, let's get... Why would you even do that? That's... Jesus, there's no point in doing that, is there? Really? So, let's get going with this race then, shall we? Yeah, let's get going. I'm going to run it in rich mix for that entire second stage of that lap. So, 5 red lights. And we're off for the start of this Russian Grand Prix. I forgot that these were the tyres that we actually did our fastest lap on, which we've done 2 laps on already. So they could be a little bit warm, but it's very close. There's a yellow flag behind us. Everyone's slowed up, and we're going to make up all of these positions and outbrake ourselves as well. We're going to completely outbrake ourselves, but we've made it. We've made it through. We're in 1st place. Completely outbraked ourselves, but we were way past them by that point. Yeah, absolutely amazing. Yeah, I'm very happy with that. We need to make sure we stick in this 1st position then, and try and stay there for as long as we possibly can. Hamilton is so close behind us. For some reason, our pit stop time was between lap 1 and lap 12. I'm very sure we didn't actually pick the second strategy very sure we didn't pick the second strategy with 2 stops, but we're just going to go as far as we can. I think our pit stop is about lap, well, I think I'd like to say lap 7, but I'm not 100% sure. We did set the fast lap of the race until Haryanto went in there and popped one in, but Hamilton is still very, very close. So I think when the DRS actually kicked in, it actually did this lap as well. So I was going to say, when the DRS kicks in, I'm not sure we could be able to hold Hamilton off, but I'll tell you what, with the DRS kicked in, we did hold him off pretty nicely. So if we can just keep sliding in some decent laps, I think we'll be absolutely fine in this race currently. I don't know where Rio Haryanto is. He might put that lone car absolutely miles back, but I don't think he is actually. We're losing quite a large section of the pack at the moment as well. Perez is in 3rd place behind Hamilton, so that's pretty crucial for our little rivalry. So we're doing alright so far. I'm liking where we are. It's going well. Hamilton, DRS. No, he's going to get us here. Straight up. We're in rich mixture. We can't do anything about it. We are going to try and dive it up the inside, though. We're going to make it stick. We are going to make it stick. Is Perez going to get Hamilton? Perez has got Hamilton. And then Button's actually in 4th place. So Button is in this little group hunting me down, which is quite concerning actually when your teammate is part of the group hunting you down, but we're going alright so far. This is only what, lap 4 we're coming on to now. Is anyone going to pit? I assume someone's going to be slow. I think that might be Rio Haryanto that they've just said is going to be slow. We've got a little bit away from Perez, I will say. We are getting a little bit away as well from the pack behind, which I think is all of us up to about 5th place, I think. So it's me, Perez, Hamilton, Button, and maybe Nico Rosberg as well. So I'm liking the pack. The pack's good. We, however, when these guys go in, need to absolutely nail our laps. Every single one of them we need to nail. Is anyone coming in? No. Perez with the DRS. He's going to go up the inside. No, he's going to feint it to the outside. I'm going to squeeze him, though. It's going to be close. Are we going to try and get him up the inside? We have broked him. We have outbraked him. Nicely up the inside as well. Beautiful. And we're coming in. Perez is coming in. Button. Hamilton's coming in. Button is staying out by the looks of it. So Button's staying out. I don't know how long he's going to stay out for. Maybe only 1 lap. This might have been our required lap to come in. But Button is just there. So now is when it's going to tell whether we have pace or not. Sainz with the fast lap of the race by 0.3 of a second. Even Button has closed on us massively. Look at this. Button's actually got some pace now. He's out of that little group. One good thing about doing this strategy, though, is Button feints left and right, is that I won't get caught in any traffic, because one of the problems is that when you then pit early, is then all the runners at the back that are on the soft tyre are then in loads and loads of traffic. Button's actually massively caught me up as well. So this lap hasn't been a particularly great one, I will say. I think Button will pit now. Button is going to pit now. No, he's not. Button's going to stay out another lap. So I'm pitting on about lap 8, so we can't let this guy get ahead of us, because he could actually pit on the same lap as me. Button fast lap of the race by 0.4 of a second by me. Button's still not going to pit. We're in the end of this lap. So yeah, by the looks of it, we did actually choose that 3 stop for some weird and unknown reason. It did for some reason choose it. Because our next apparent tyre is a super soft tyre, so it's a good job I didn't notice that, because we're then going on to the super soft tyre, which would not have been great if we're honest, but Jensen at the moment is our biggest problem. So we are going to pit at the end of this lap. I'm hoping he doesn't pit with us, because else we are stuffed. Sergio Perez does the fastest lap of the race, being 0.6 faster than me, so he might have got out of some traffic now, which will then set him free, but it's how much time he's lost in that traffic. Button's still unbelievably close to me. We do not seem to have the pace this weekend. I don't know what it is, but we just do not seem to have the pace. We've gone wide, and we still can't let Button past us, because that could be catastrophic for our race. Turn in. We're really struggling with tyre wear now. It's on nearly 50%. Good traction off that corner. Button's going to be close, but I don't think it's going to be close enough, because we're just going to block him off. Brake nice and gorgeous for this. Pit crew know I'm coming in this lap, so maybe why Button hasn't yet. I think Button wanted to probably come in earlier than this, but he's still out, so we might be struggling slightly. We are coming into the pits now. Braking about here. Turn in, turn in, turn in. Great one, dickhead. Alright, so this is going to be massively telling then as to what actually happens in this race. This is going to be huge. Like, seriously huge. I don't know where anyone else is. Come on then. Come on, decent pit stop. What's it going to be? 2 seconds. That is exactly what we needed. There's Palmer. There's Palmer just gone. He's just about to go past us. Hamilton is the next car. There's Perez is the next car. We're going to come out ahead of these guys. And Perez has got the jump on Lewis Hamilton, I believe, as we brake massively early for the corner. But no, we've done it. We're ahead of Sergio Perez. And now we can just block. We can block these guys. Wow, so our strategy has actually worked. We are ahead of these guys, and Jensen might even be faster than us. So Jensen might even get ahead of us, which would be pretty damn awesome. All we need to do is get 4th place and beat Sergio Perez, and we'll be absolutely fine. So if we can get past Palmer, who I actually think will pit at the end of this lap anyway, yeah, I'll just get his DRS and slipstream and just hope from there. Alright, so Button's in the pits. Palmer is still ahead of us. So we are still in effective race lead. Palmer is going to come in. Can't use any of his slipstream because the pit lane is already there. But where's Button actually going to come out? I'm just concentrating on my line. It's not a great line coming out of that corner, but we've actually had a pretty decent last sector. Where's Button? Button is actually going to be behind us. He's behind Perez and Hamilton as well in a net 4th place, I believe. So Button is there, so he's going to come out in 4th place. Hamilton is making a move on Sergio Perez. We are braking beautifully, so I'll let them squabble over it and just see if we can get away, because that's what we really, really need to do with 4 laps to go. Tyre wear is not being an issue, fuel isn't really an issue. We can just push this car as hard as we want. This is why I love this track. And we set the fastest lap of this race. We are quick on this set of soft tyres. But I'll tell you what, that smooth outlap, that smooth and fast outlap is what has made the difference here, as Perez and Hamilton are trading more places. We're about 2 seconds now ahead of these guys, so we've made huge inroads into these guys. Not huge inroads, but a huge impact coming out with the soft tyre, fresh soft tyres on. And look at that gap already forming, absolutely huge. Button's going to be on the back of them, but I'll tell you what, it's going to be a win for us. It's actually, by the looks of it, unless something happens, it's going to be a win for us. Like, I can't see it changing, because we're 2.5 seconds now ahead of Lewis Hamilton. Maybe we should have done our qualifying on the soft tyre. We might have been quicker, you never know. So we are now on to the final lap of this race. We're just bringing this girl home. We are, yeah, we're losing a little bit of time to Hamilton, maybe about a tenth a lap, to be honest. So it's not crucial, but it's who's going to get on the podium, because Button's really hammering away at Perez. Hamilton is getting a little bit ahead of Perez, but you know, not enough to be safe. So that final 2 podium spots is going to be decided by 3 people, and it could be any single one of Hamilton, Perez, and Button. You know, it could go Button, Hamilton, it could go Perez, Button, it could go, you know, it could go any 2 ways, to be honest. So let's just watch that unfold on our little screen. And let's just bring this baby home. So as we come up to the final corner, we are going to win the Russian Grand Prix with Hamilton in 2nd, Perez in 3rd. Amazing.
Optimise each stint and get the most out of the tyres, and it highlights just how much of a team sport this really is. But credit to the...
Well, this is it. This is where they all want to be. Here come the top 3 then, out onto the podium after a fascinating Grand Prix.
So having a look at the results then, and Jensen Button gets his first points of the season with 12 here, moving down from 3rd place. We come up from 8th position to win that, so we actually did set the fastest lap of the race as well, so we did actually have genuine pace at the end of that little run. So yeah, amazing result. I believe we got driver of the day. I'm not actually 100% sure there, but Rio Haryanto, decent result from 5th. From 9th to 5th position there. Who were the real losers in that race, to be honest then? There was Roman Grosjean from 10th place all the way down to 17th there. The Williams and Valtteri Bottas qualified 20th and ended up 19th there. He didn't have a particularly good race, and Kimi Raikkonen obviously had a bit of an issue in qualifying. I think that's who I crashed into in the end in a little qualifying run. So I parked on the couple of left-handers going around the stadium section, so that's how it works, that's how it goes. But let's move on to the drivers' standings. We can see that, yeah, we are now top of the Drivers' Championship again. It keeps just chopping and changing all of the time, but the most important thing is that Jenson Button's picked up his first points and is now in the top half of the table, looking to bear down on the likes of Daniel Ricciardo downwards, basically. So I reckon, judging by form and how good the car is and how strong Jenson was in this race, I reckon, you know, long term in the season, he is going to be sort of behind Rosberg, Perez and Hamilton. You know, just by the fact that Button will be faster than all of them throughout the season. But we're now top of the Drivers' Championship. Perez in second, Hamilton in third, Ricciardo in 4th place, but quite a way behind actually. Not Ricciardo, Hamilton in 4th place, Ricciardo in 5th place. Yeah, for me, anything from Hamilton upwards is a real threat to me, and I think it's going to be an amazing championship this season by how close it is between the top sort of 3 or 4 teams in essence. So let's have a look at the Constructors' Championship. We're 38 points behind Mercedes, who of course are really strong this weekend, had a decent running. We were okay, but you know, the win from us was really important. Manor had a decent showing as well by moving above Red Bull Racing in the Constructors' Championship. Obviously at this early stage, when R&D kicks in, you know, you can really make some inroads on the teams above you. So that's really important as we then move on to see what the R&D is actually going to show us, how many points we do have. I think we're going to be close to 1,000. Having a look at this, we are actually going to be very close to 1,000, so that's really important. Sergio Perez is above us, despite us getting the fastest lap of the race by quite a distance actually in the end. Not quite a distance, but 1.5 tenths is still quite a way, but we did gain on him slightly. So as we move here, we did get all of them, which is really crucial as well. So listen to the voicemail, see what Emma has to say.
Hi, Emma here. I had a sit down with the executives today to talk about your progress. Long story short, they're happy. Keep it up.
We seem to be getting a lot of these calls from Emma, which I don't know whether that's good or bad. It could be both, it could be neither. But, you know, it's nice to get another, you know, let's have a look at Sochi. Win there. So we won in every season in Sochi, as well as Japan currently, and Singapore, I believe, as well. Canada is somewhere I do want to win at this season as well, though. But we've got 4 podiums already this season, which is the most we've had, showing obviously the progress of the car. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't think we can really get any decent R&D upgrades, no, so that's fine. I might get a chassis weight, you know. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. Of course, like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you're new to the channel, comment of course if you've got anything you want to say about this video, and I've been Coursevelocity96, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.